G'day Meppo 5 here. Hey, guess what? Tonight I'll be using this pot right here. It's cast iron. Looks a bit like a witch's cauldron. This is a South African potjie pot. And tonight we'll be doing a potjie meal. So let's get to cooking, eh? Roger. Alrighty, well here we are, ready to go. I've just come back from a Jerky and Coffee Hut down at Ipswich. It's our local South African ingredients. We've got a couple of cans of butter beans right here going in, product of South Africa. And I've also got some Flippen Lekka seasoning. Now Lekka stands for yummy, so this is Flippin' Yummy. And I can vouch for that because I had a simple hot cheese sandwich. I sprinkled a bit of Flippen Lekka on there. And I tell you what, it's a great sandwich. But tonight, we're doing a lad potjie. So the first thing you're going to need is oil. And then onion, roughly chopped. I'll give that a bit of a stir in. About a kilo of chicken thighs here. Just going to put that in. Rightio, then about 2 tablespoons of Flippen Lekka seasoning. I'm just going to cover it. Cover it good. Then a layer of sweet potato, and that's just been roughly chopped. About 10 mil thick. 10 to 15 mil thick. I'm just going to layer that around there. And put in a cup of your favourite white wine. Then I'm just using a dry slaw mix. Mix of shredded red and white cabbage and carrot. It's going on top now. Alright, sprinkle that around in one layer. I'm adding a can of corn kernels. Sprinkle it around. Alright, now the other traditional ingredient that I'm going to be putting in is 2 cans of this Koo. That's the brand name. And it's called Samp and Beans. And it's got a curried sauce in it, mild curry sauce. So that's all going to go down nice and well. Now what this sep is, at this Coffee and Jerky Hut, what they told us was this is a traditional accompaniment that they use for it, similar to like rice or pasta or something. So they sell it in the dry form as well, but I just got it in some cans just to try it for the first time. So we'll sprinkle 2 of them in. And I'm going to add nearly all of this. It's supposed to be a litre of stock per kilo of meat. So this is a litre, I've got a kilo, I'll put some wine in there, I'm going to leave a little bit more. And you've got to check it every 15 minutes, cook it for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, but make sure there's always liquid in there. And we pop the lid on. This is a number 3 potjie. It's an 8 litre potjie. So, and then yeah. About a medium heat. Now all I did with the gas burner is I had to take this out. I had to take the actual element burner out for the potjie because it's got long legs. It's a 3-legged potjie. So we'll see you in about an hour and a half, 2 hours, eh? Roger? Alrighty then, so while the potjie's poking along, I just thought I'd give a big shout out to the Coffee and Jerky Hut down at Booval. The reason why is because when I got my potjie, I had my first potjie a week ago. So And since that time, I wanted to know what it was called, because the pot is spelled Potjie. So I wanted to know what it's called. So I predominantly went into the South African shop to find out what the pot's called. So she told me Potjie. We had a coffee, we had some jerky, and we got a real lot of good information out of them. Like this can that I'm using here, this is a traditional item, and we got some spices there. So I've got a lot of different ingredients for different potjies. But yeah, really good place to go. So if you're ever through Booval or Toowoomba, look them up, check them out. You won't be disappointed. Oh, and a good bloke to watch for potjie recipes is Ben Kruger. He's real good. Hey, Roger. So yeah, every 15 minutes, just check that your potjie's still got liquid in it, which this one has. And there you go, she's bubbling away nicely.
Looks yum.
Smells good, doesn't it, girls? Alrighty. Alrighty, what a perfect night to be having a potjie. Look at that. Beautiful. Anyway, speaking of potjies, I'm really impressed with this. Like, have a look at this. That is minimal heat. Absolute minimal heat on that potjie. She's got half an hour to go, so she's been on for about an hour now. Okay, now have a look at this. Minimal heat. Ready? That is awesome. That smells absolutely divine. I can't wait to get into this potjie. Alright, g'day, how you going? It has been an hour and a half since the potjie's been bubbling away. Now, I'm going to put a link down the bottom to Mr. Ben Kruger, his Potjiekos meals, because they helped a lot. They helped a lot. And one thing he always does at the end of his meals is he tries a little bit. Now let's just see that I've made the South Africans proud at my first Potjiekos meal, that each of the elements in the layered Potjiekos are cooked to perfection. Let's have a look. I'm going to be using just my little skillet here as a bowl, so I'm going to get a piece of everything. And we're going to try that now. So we'll start with the meat. Now that's just falling apart. That is literally falling apart. So moist. And that Flippen Lekka seasoning just goes right through it. Sweet potato just crumbles like a marshmallow in your mouth. And obviously the corn and the juices. And then you've got this lovely juice at the bottom, this curry, Flippen Lekka curry corn soup is beautiful. Now, I'm very impressed. Alrighty, thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and tell your mates, eh? Roger, I'm going to start getting some flags, all the meals and countries I visit. So, Roger D, take care.